Hi there, I am Shruti. I am 29 years old and working as HR manager. For me, emotion quotient is about being self aware of your emotions and knowing how to manage them, and also how well you understand and react to others' emotions. And for me, emotion quotient is very important because not only it helps you keep your physical and mental health good, but also help build these effective relationships with the people around you. End of the day, we are humans, not robots, right? And with that, I would be glad to take a test to see where do I stand with my emotional quotient.
I'm Madhubara. I'm third year medical student and I'm 23 years old. So according to me, emotional quotient is very important because it is a measure of how you deal with the surroundings and how you actually understand what the other person goes through, which I think, given the present state of the world, is very necessary because uh, we all have heard means a lot of stories about survivors and their but we as persons have never met them, so it's important for us to be emotionally intelligent in order to understand what a person goes through, and so as to keep our calm and composure while dealing with anybody, because we may not know what battles they are fighting. So yes, I would like to take an emotional quotient test if that happens, and that's it.
Hi, I'm Nishant. I am a CA student and I'm currently working in my father's firm as an article assistant. Uh, to me, emotional quotient is the ability to understand your emotions and how you deal with different situations in life. Emotional quotient is one of the most important factors that determines a person's success because knowledge, intelligence, all of these provide a strong theoretical backing for solving problems in life, for uh, dealing with uncertainty in life. But emotional quotient is much closer to reality. Basically, it determines how you react, whether you panic in a situation, whether you uh, understand how do you react in a situation and how can you mitigate that. All of that is very important. uh, and yes, I would be willing to take tests to test my emotional quotient because I would like to know how I do react, how I function in reality with respect to uncertainty.
Hello friends, this is Shresh Tanupam. I am 23 years old. I am an engineering graduate and have been recently selected as an IS officer. So talking about the first question, what is EQ or emotional quotient? So emotional quotient is a prerequisite, a very big prerequisite in today's corporate world as well as in our normal day-to-day interactions. And I believe that emotional quotient or EQ is the ability to assess one's own emotions as well as the emotions of others, and to also convey your emotions in the best way possible so that a situation can be salvaged, and a person, if you are talking about an organization, then as a manager you can extract the best out of your workers. Talking about the importance of EQ, I believe that EQ is a very important requirement in today's world in any field, whether it be corporate, whether it be government, whether it be sports, anything. So EQ is a very important requirement, and it is essential to have EQ so that you can better understand others, you can convey your emotions better, and also so that you can form more long lasting relationships. Talking about tests for EQ, I would be definitely in to take a test of EQ because I believe that it is something that can be worked upon, that can be improved, and that will come in handy in any enterprise.
Different people deal with pressure in different ways, and some people, as a result of their emotional constitution, deal with it better than others. It is inevitable that each one of us will experience some degree of stress several times in our lives. Some causes of stress are, in fact, easier to deal with than others, isn't it? The taking of school examination is a common cause of stress. However, because we know for a number of years in advance that these exams will take place, we can relieve the pressure on us somewhat because we have time to prepare ourselves mentally. And by taking mock examinations and revising, etc., we can deal with it because we know about it. The real examinations of life are, however, not so predictable. Common events and experiences that can cause stress, some of which are more obvious than others, can be like death of a partner, death of a close relative or friend, divorce, separation, breakup of a relationship, personal illness, illness of a loved one, moving house, children leaving home, financial worries, mortgage, debts, redundancy, changes at work, new job, boss, responsibilities, heavy workload, working on tight deadlines, and whatnot. It is when these events occur, when we are not expecting them, that we are at our most vulnerable, and this is when we start feeling the pressure. Common responses to stress include loss of sleep, irritation, short tempered, worry, and stress related illness. Dealing with responses to pressure can be difficult, as what one person finds stressful, another may not. And we all react to different stressful situations in different ways. Nevertheless, a good starting point is increasing your awareness of the main causes of pressure, as this, at the very least, could help you in trying to see what you do about them. How well do you cope under pressure? Let's take the test. There are several suggested steps that you can take to combat stress or the effects of pressure. The best cure is prevention. An analysis of the type of situation in which overwhelming pressure has occurred in the past should enable you to look out for similar situations that may occur in the future. This could enable you to recognize any warning signs that you are about to enter into a similarly stressful period and give you time to do something about it. Keep yourself fit. It is highly desirable to maintain some sort of exercise regime to keep yourself in good shape, especially in times of stress. Do not deprive yourself of a good night's sleep. It is important to try to get a good night's sleep. When sleep is proving impossible due to the number of negative thoughts racing through your head, confront the cause of the pressure by writing down the thoughts that are occurring to you and then attempting to analyze and evaluate them. Discuss your problems with others. It is necessary to talk to people about the pressures you are experiencing. Do not bottle things up inside you. Confide in a friend, partner, or relative, and even, if necessary, a professional counselor. After talking things through in this way, your fears may be put into perspective and the pressures no longer feel so great. Develop the ability to switch off. When the pressure is work-related, it is necessary to discipline yourself to switch off from the situation that is causing the pressure. This may be achieved by reserving weekends to yourself and your family in order to give yourself a physical, emotional, or mental break. If necessary, try to organize a longer break. If this does not seem possible due to the pressures and workload that have built up, remember that no one is indispensable and that the most important thing is your health and mental well-being. There are several other strategies that can be adopted to enable us to prepare ourselves for pressure and to cope with its effects even it occurs. It can be try not to be too self-critical as we all make mistakes. Eat and drink sensibly. Cultivate other kind of interest. Try to develop an ability to plan for pressure. Build in a leeway for the unexpected. Keep a sense of reality and try not to build things up in your own mind out of all proportion. If just a few of these strategies have the effect of alleviating stress, it will be of benefit not only to your own well-being but also to that of those close to you. As society's code of conduct prevents some of our natural release of pent-up emotions, for example, by violent means or running away from a situation, pressure can, as a result, build up inside you, and this is when you are at your most vulnerable to stress. In general, try to develop a more positive attitude when dealing with what are termed modern day pressures, but are the same pressures that have always existed in some form for past generations. In fact, modern research should enable us to cope with these pressures better than we ever did it in the past. At least we now recognize the danger of such situations. It is therefore essential that in pressurized situations you try to take one step back and reflect on your current situation and your life in general and the positive things, there will be many that exist and are occurring. Such a positive approach may include analyzing and recognizing the cause or causes of the pressure, your reactions to this pressure, and your ways of coping with it. It may also include changing your way of thinking about the pressure, improving the way you do things, for example, in a work situation, and knowing the best source of help and the right people to talk to when necessary. It is also worth bearing in mind that a certain amount of tension is positive, as people do respond to and are encouraged by challenges. Some people thrive on a certain degree of pressure as it provides the motivation they need to give to their best. How well do you cope under pressure? Smoking causes cancer. Smoking kills. Liquor drinking is injurious to health.